What's up, guys? It's Rubin here from Reaching for the Bible. Today, I got another topic for you guys. I got another topic for you guys that I've been hearing the past couple of days, these past couple of weeks. And it's hearing God's voice. Some people are struggling to hear God's voice, or God is speaking to them and they can't distinguish it from their own voice or their own thoughts. So I'm here to see if I'm able to help you guys with that. And I could just start off by how I was able to separate my voice from God's voice and my thoughts from God's thoughts. So when I first started, coming back to the church and getting back into studying the Word and seeking God's voice for my purpose and will on this earth, it was difficult. It was difficult. I was in the the stage of, dude, like, I'm seeking God's voice, but I can't separate the two from my thoughts, or my voice from his voice, or my thoughts to his thoughts. It was really hard. And it was something that it took a while. It really took a while for me to put into practice, per se, and to really try to find his distinct voice. Um I have wrote a couple notes of ways that you could be able to put that to practice and help you guys. Um, but yeah, I remember when I was seeking out God's voice and just trying to put it into practice, to like seeking his voice. I had asked a friend in a Bible study group. I was like, yo, man, I'm been trying to see God's voice, but I don't know if it's his voice. I don't know if it's my voice. I just, like, can you give me some knowledge, some wisdom to, like, what I got to do? What do I got to do to put the practice, so I'm able to separate his voice from my voice. And he had told me that I needed to give God time to talk. And I wasn't even really thinking about that. I was just thinking, I say something, God say something, bad guys say something, that. But like, if you really think about it, you know, you got to give God time to talk to you back. We're sending all these. When you're talking to him, you're sending your requests. You're like, God, help me with this. God, help me with that. Why are you talking to me? This and this and this, and we're just not giving them time to respond back. It's like it's like when he told me that, it was like really eye opener, because I wasn't really even thinking about that. But he had told me I need to give God time to talk. And he also had told me, usually when you're in that situation, you're waiting for him to talk. If you're like really seeking his voice, most of the time, that first thought that pops in your head that you usually wouldn't even be thinking of is usually from God. And I remember putting that to practice, and it was really helping me, because I was like, okay, like it was helping me, really. It was helping me to the point where I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna talk to God. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna tell my request, and then I'm just gonna sit here, or be outside, or take a walk, and just finding that silence, because God's voice is like a whisper, man. It's like a whisper that you're not gonna hear it through all the noise that's going around you. You just gotta find a quiet spot, a nice little spot that no one is gonna come around and interrupt you, and just sit there, and he's gonna start speaking to you. Um, let me see what else I had written down here for you guys. And also, I had another friend that had told me that when you're reading your Bible, that is God talking to you. God is talking to you through the Bible. So that was also something that was comforting to me. I was like, oh, that is true. Like, when I tell you, when like things were starting to click, it was like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, I felt so dumb. But it was like, yeah, God is talking to you through the Bible. His words is right there coming to you when you're studying your word, and you're just reading it day after day, and studying it, he's talking to you. He's gonna show you things. And yeah, so I had wrote down like 3 ways. Yeah, 3 ways that this might help you guys seek God's voice and get a better picture, I guess, of just seeking his voice. One is to try to find a quiet place. Like I said, if you're able to find a quiet place to where you don't have any interruptions and no one is gonna, start banging your door when you're trying to talk to God, or someone, just someone interrupting you. If you're able to find that quiet place, um, it's really gonna help. If you got a prayer closet, if you don't have a prayer closet, you could go to your backyard where most of the time it's silent, or you could go to the park. I know at the park next to my house, we have like a little trail where you could walk all the way to the back of the park, and usually you might see maybe like two people every hour. So like it's a nice little quiet space that some people go to. But if you're able to find that quiet place, it's really gonna help you be able to first get your thoughts all arranged, and just once you already spoke to God, just wait for him to speak to you. Two, be patient. Going along with finding a quiet place, you got to be patient and wait for God to give you a response. Sometimes he won't give you a response right off the bat. Sometimes it could be the next day or later on that day, but he will be he's always talking to us. So he's going you got to be patient with it. Even sometimes he will probably use the Bible. He won't probably particular talk to you by audible, but if you're studying your word and you're reading your Bible, he'll probably speak to you through the Bible. Or if you're attending church or you're going to Bible study, you might get a word from someone that God has sent to you to give you that word. Or those are like the couple ways that I've received word, like God is actually like hearing what I'm requesting. Because I remember one time I had prayed about a certain thing, and I was like seeking answers. I was seeking answers. I can't remember exactly what it was, because it happened like when I was like literally when I was first starting getting back into church. And I remember I was praying about it, and like I wasn't getting any answer from God. I was reading my Bible and I wasn't finding the answers in the Bible. And I remember I went to one service in the morning, and the preacher, our pastor, he spoke exactly. He said the exact thing I needed to hear. And like it was like I was like it was to the point where I was like that word was for me. Like I was praying about this, and he like answered it for me right there in that sermon. But those are like a couple ways that God could talk to you. And three, the last one, you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith that God is talking to you. When he does give you that audible, you gotta believe that he is talking to you. If you're struggling to believe that God's speaking to you, you could bring it to you could bring it to a leader. You could bring it to a leader that could confirm it for you. I know I wasn't shy about that, because sometimes it could be from the devil. He's speaking lies to your head. But yeah, like you could test if it's from God. And I just hope that this kind of helped you guys find a better way, or have a better viewpoint of ways to distinguish God's voice. um there are different ways that God will speak to you, and and most of the time he doesn't usually talk to you in that same way. Because I remember thinking that, okay, the only time God's talked to me is always in the Bible. He's always in the Bible. So like that's why I was spending more time on the Bible, because that was the way he would speak to me. Or most of the time he would show me revelations. He would come in my dreams, and he'll speak to me or show me signs in my dreams. And I wasn't getting those for a while. But again, like he sent people to me to confirm his word. I heard sermons from my pastor that was like, yo, this is what I was seeking. This was the answer I was seeking. So yeah, I hope again this was able to help you guys get a better understanding of it. If you have any questions that I probably didn't answer, comment down below. I'm trying to think if we did a video. If you want to check out our deeper relationship, that also we did a podcast video of that, of deeper relationship. We talked a little more about, getting, obviously getting in a deeper relationship with God, which will we talked about ways you can, get closer to God. So hey, it's been your boy Rubin from Reaching from the Bible, and we are reaching out for